I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience with the Ouija board. You know, it started to work, and it started to move around, and it was caught our attention enough to where we continued with it. It was spelling out words, and we would ask who it was. It would claim it was somebody from, you know, the early 1900s. You know, that was pretty intriguing, so we kind of kept with it. And his sister would want to hang out with us, and so she had a friend who was always hanging out with her, and so we had them just put their hands on it while we asked the questions. This went on for quite a period of time. People would come over, and people would say, "Oh yeah, that's not real." We'd say, "Oh, you want to bet? Watch this." And we'd take a garbage bag and put it over each one of the heads of the girls that had their hands on the board. And we would tell them to turn their head all the way backwards while we had the garbage bag on their head, and we would ask a question. And the board would accurately spell out whatever the answer is to what we were asking. Sometimes it would actually reveal embarrassing information about the people who questioned if it was real or not. Okay, so there's two things that the Ouija board would do that are very odd once you get kind of deep into it. Like we were, as far as when it's very powerful and it's answering questions. But there's two things that it would do. Is it would break out and start to do a pentagram just while you're communicating with it, instead of answering the questions. And then secondly, the board would, just out of the blue, you know, you'd be talking about whatever, and out of the blue it would say, "Will you bleed on me?" It's like, what? Here we're talking about you're supposedly this dead kid from 1809. You're telling your life story here, and we're asking, you know, stupid questions to you about when are we going to die, and then out of the blue it would just say, "Will you bleed on me?" You know, in other words, will you cut your arm or something and drip blood on the Ouija board? And which we never did, ever. It was pretty strange, because here you're like, within that mindset to all of a sudden, like, what is this satanic and cult stuff? I asked, I said, "Why do you want me to bleed on you, so you can gain more strength to move something bigger than this little plastic piece to answer questions, and maybe something like this big screen TV, so it falls down and kills us?" And the little thing went over to yes. It's like, ooh, talk about a cold chill. It's like 1 minute you're goofing around and you're a friend, and the next minute you're like a killer. What is the origin of it? What's moving that little piece of plastic? Is it really a cute little kid from the 1800s or early 1900s, or could it be something a little bit more dark? So this is kind of some deeper crap that you won't hear from a lot of the people who have played with the Ouija board, because for whatever reason the depth that they've gone has been fairly surface.